Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. This is episode 39 of my gameplay series in No Man's Land. If this is what you're looking for, then please stay tuned. Alright folks, as mentioned, this is episode 39, so we'll see. First off, yeah, he's not going to make that corner, is he? Nope. Alright, well, as you can see here, I am starting off by getting our last two fields planted with soybeans. Get this guy hired there. So that should leave it for all fields to have soybeans once this one's planted and this one's planted. The grass is growing well as far as everything goes. Yep, fertilizer is going to be all good once these two are planted. So crops are pretty much going to be taken care of here in just a second. So we do need to load up our straw blower to get more straw to the animals. The animals are doing well. Otherwise, sheep are slowly reproducing, so we'll need to get those back up to 80 and sell them. And this is a new day, so I forgot to check off the last time, I believe. So this is day 4, I believe, of our Massey trial. I think if I'm wrong, let me know. On day 2, the animal dealer being in repair. The cows are doing well. Their productivity is 0. Why? I'm not sure why. It might update here in a second, so hopefully it does. Horses are doing well. Pigs, we're going to sell hopefully 20 pigs to finish off what we need to get to Ome Coast. Yeah, so hopefully we do that. Let me see what else we got going on here. Okay, let's see. Oh, let's go into the map here real quick. So a lot of people were saying that plot 20, or 2 people said, Martin L and Ome said that this would be probably the lot to go with if we're expanding. I probably agree with that. Now, I'm not saying necessarily we're going to expand in this episode because we got to worry about our loan and we don't have too much cash right now, but that's not a bad idea at all. So hopefully we get a lot off of our soy. I mean, I'm hoping they're going to make us a decent amount of cash, but what else we got going on? So I did accept a couple more contracts. So the first one is Clark Bar 86 commented through the Discord server saying that the sweet shop needed 70,000 liters of sugarcane, and they'll pay us 25% above the market value since the demand is so great. So hopefully we can get that one done. I mean, not maybe today right off, obviously, since we didn't plant sugarcane in any of these, but that will be coming up. And then another thing to note, Martinell said that the farmers over there, over yonder, if you will, said that they would ask us to go over and harvest their fields, and they would give us half of the straw. So yeah, that'd be, yeah, not too bad. So they give us $3.50 a field to harvest, and we get to keep half the straw. So not too bad there. Otherwise, what else we got going on? I don't think we have a whole lot else going on. There's a few new additions to the town, some other stuff going on, so I'll go through some of that. Yeah, oh, also, so Armando commented something about what I said about Ome's fertilizer, saying something along the lines of, I was like, I think he uses mostly natural ingredients or all natural or something, and then I was like, well, I don't know what he uses. But then Ome commented, says he doesn't know exactly how natural digestate is, but he does use other all natural ingredients. So there you have it as far as that goes. And the fertilizer should get delivered today at some point, so we should look forward to getting some 10,000 liters of solid fertilizer coming. Maybe we sell wool today. There's a lot of wool sitting there. Do we have anything that we need to sell? Like anything we have sitting in storage? I don't think we do. We have a little bit of oats, but we're gonna hold on to those. We have sugar beets, we're holding on to those. Yeah, pretty much it for now. So what do we got? Wool, that's right, 17.94 there. So we'll probably sell the wool today. Yeah, that's kind of what we got going on. A lot of stuff that's going to happen that we might get through even a day or two, even on this episode, something crazy like that. So we'll just kind of see. We got to kind of play by. Oh, we have silage too to sell. I don't know if it's actually ready yet though. So let's go hop over to who's closer to that. Oh, whatever. We'll just run over there. Yeah, we'll go see what the silage is sitting at, but hopefully it's going to be good to go soon so we can get maybe sold tonight. That'd be nice. F1, 8%. Okay, yeah, so we did cover that up this morning, so it may not be ready for a while. I'm going to go ahead and, well, actually, a couple things we probably can do. Let me go ahead and pop this in just 5 times here. But one thing we may do is, if we go into animals again, I know that they, oh, so yeah, they're doing great now. I know that they don't necessarily need any more TMR now, but I may just mix a couple batches and throw it in there just so we can keep up with it. I may top off the grass for the sheep here to get rid of some of those small bales, but Yeah, and then these guys, we probably should buy some pig food, honestly, today. We could sell some manure and slurry down to the BGA. We might do some of that. And then the cows, yeah, we might as well sell theirs off too. Milk is coming in. I'm probably going to let the milk build up quite a bit before we do anything with it, just so we can maybe lease a really big trailer. And I don't know how we're going to end up dealing with that in the end of the day, but that is where we are sitting. So hopefully we get a good soy harvest. The soy harvest will probably come tomorrow morning, would be my guess. So yeah, that's just kind of where we're sitting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load up the straw thing here. I'm going to get some TMR made, and then I may not even see you guys until later today in the evening or something like that. But yeah, that's kind of where we're sitting right now. So I'll see you guys later on. All right, folks, just a quick update. So this is batch 1 of TMR here. As you can see, I loaded up wool. We're going to go sell that here in just a second. We're going to fill this up. Well, this is just forage, as you can see down the bottom right-hand corner. But once we add the silage, I wish you just knew what I wanted. So once we add 4,000 liters of silage, perfect. It is now TMR. And I topped up the straw. The sprayer is out weeding the fields now. So these 2 fields, I believe, are left here. Well, it looks like I finished up another one. But yep, straw's topped off, everything like that. I slowed the clock back down just because we were cooking through it pretty quick. Obviously, I mean, we sped it up. Okay, well, I keep wanting to hit Alt S to get the animals up because I'm so used to playing in seasons on Sandy Bay. Yep, doing good. I sold 10 of the pigs. We got paid for those guys 5,000 since we're selling them to my Costco's. So 30 have been delivered now. We'll end up selling the other ones. Oh, we got a new cow, 24 or 25 cows now. We started off with 24. Sheep, we're gonna wait a while before we get those guys going. It'd take us a while because we still have to send out 13 more to end up making our payment. How are the cows looking now? Okay, so they probably can take 3 more batches, and I topped up the sheep's. I topped up some of it. I think I put, what did I put? 9 or 10 bales in there of the small bales, so like 9 or 10,000 liters of grass in there. So they're not doing too bad. Let's go sell the pellet, or not the pellets, the wool. Let's go sell the wool real quick. Well, actually, let me hop into here. So these 2 have weeds still, so let me get you started on the next one. And the planter did spread a little bit and get a little bit over here, but I already replanted it. I'm not sure why there's weeds there, but regardless, I'll deal with that one when it comes to it. And actually, let's get him going in the big field, because that way he'll be working longer while we're delivering, and then I can come back and get him to go to the small field again, or do the small field after that. So we'll get him started on this side. Just trying to think of what's the most efficient way to do this, but this way he won't hopefully stop until he's done. But as you can see, the soy's growing. This isn't all weeds. Perfect. All right, so I added even the small one on the back. Obviously, this is quite a bit of weight on here, but we are going to go to wool. 17.94. It looks like that price doesn't really change. I don't think it has, or very minimally. So we'll go ahead and tag that so we know where we're going. And I haven't done any of the upgrades to the town yet that you're going to see. I mean, they're there, technically speaking, right? But I haven't put them in yet. Silage should be doing okay. I'm not sure if we'll be able to sell it. I also sold almost a full load of the big trailer manure, so I sold all the manure the pigs and cows had at the time, and I sold all of these slurry we had at the time. So it was not a lot, but we got it all sold off. I'm drinking coffee, sorry. There it is. I mean, I guess I knew it'd be in the farmer's market somewhere, but hopefully it sells off of this trailer all right. Yeah, I'm hoping that's not going to cause us issues, so. Trying to render in the town, you can tell. Oof. Yeah, frame rate's dropping. Okay, that's pretty close to the front. Try not corner too quickly. This is very top heavy. That's a good sign. 7,400 there. I think if we get quite a bit closer, we'll be fine. There we go. Well, at least for that half of the trailer. Alright, well we can accept that because we can loop around. So that got us quite a bit. We're like 62. That was quite a bit of sale action there, so we'll loop around and get the other side. Hopefully. Like it's in like just like right this upper corner here. Very strange, but as long as it's buying it off of the trailer, that's fine. Awesome. Yeah, we got a lot for that. We got almost 40 grand for that. That's awesome. We needed the money, that's for sure. Okay, well, anyhow, this is what I wanted to show you guys. So I'm going to keep working. Again, I may not bring you guys back in until tonight or tomorrow morning. Just kind of depends. So I will see you guys later on. Alright folks, I know it has not been really any time at all, but we should be getting a fertilizer shipment here any second. I guess the truck driver just gave me a call and said he was almost here. Or be here in a couple. Oh, there he is right now. Perfect. So yeah, that should be 10,000 liters of solid fertilizer for us. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys the delivery happening to let you guys know what's going on. So perfect. We also do want to take up probably and head out here. They did not take good care of their fields. Oof, no lime. Plowing is at least not required, only one fertilizer state, so that's because we planted them and added it. But that's okay. So we do need to go out there and harvest those 3 fields since they are all very, very ready to harvest. Otherwise, everything out here is growing. There's new grass there, slowly growing. But oh boy. Anyhow, yeah. So everything's doing good out here. And nothing's really changed. Again, I'm just gonna keep working, and I'll bring you guys back in a bit. So we're heading out to do the harvest out here. I figure we might as well, but while we're out this way, this is one of the new features we have. So this is the chicken dealer. It also sells chicken feed in bulk, which we probably won't need to use. We do end up doing chickens, but yes, I guess you could put them. I guess it's maybe just an animal dealer in general, but yeah, look at this. This is a mod that came out, so some of you may recognize it. Can't go back there, but yeah, so this is the chicken dealer where you can buy chickens to place in your trailers, and they show up in those kind of cages in there. But yeah, they're right next out here next to the straw dealer, or the straw barn, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I figured that'd be kind of a nice place for it out here, kind of out of town a little bit, out of the way. But not too bad. We'll go hop in here, and at least this harvest, I might as well keep you guys in for, because it's going to take us 32 seconds probably to get this harvest done with this big of a harvester. So yeah, it should be pretty easy. I mean, we're not going to get very high yield, but yeah, still, this should go very quick with our harvester especially. Get hooked up here, good to go. Hold that bad boy up. And our straw swath should be on, but that's menu. Yep, it's on. Okay. Fantastic. We'll be able to come out here. We'll probably pick up all of the straw out here off the field, and then we'll take a look at how much it is, and we'll leave half here for the farm, and then we'll take half with us. But this is fantastic. Actually, getting more barley than I thought they would get, just with how poorly the field was cared for. Should be 1 field of barley and then 2 of the oats, if I remember what we did out here correctly. The straw, I think what we'll do with it is just keep it as loose product and then just dump it in the animal pens as they need it. But so So today I'm probably not going to tell a police story. There's a couple things that I want to talk about as far as police work goes that I had a couple questions commented that I wanted to answer. I answered those people directly their comments as well, but I felt like they were good questions, and yeah, they deserve a good answer. So one of them was Jeffrey C. commented asking if it was his imagination or not, if right before he gets pulled over, the cop waits behind him for a while, drives behind him for a little while before activating their emergency lights. So if you're not familiar with how police work works in the United States, traffic violations are a big part of police work, depending on, I guess, where you're at and everything like that. But so I stop cars occasionally and stuff for traffic violations, but I pull behind them and then I activate my emergency lights, which indicates to them that they need to pull over. I know in some countries, law enforcement just drive around with their emergency lights on all the time. In the United States, we only turn them on if we're responding to an emergency call or if we are going to pull a car over. So a little bit different than some places may be, but so that is something that's probably not imagined. Sometimes we may turn them directly on. It just kind of depends on the situation. If they're speeding really fast, a lot of times I'll turn them on just so they can start slowing down, because I don't want to be driving at a high speed after a speeder for any length of time, period. But the longer the worse and more dangerous it is for the speeder and for me. So that's when I usually activate my lights right away to let them know, hey, you are getting pulled over. But regardless, yeah, if I do have the chance to flip around behind someone that I'm about to pull over because maybe they got a headlight out or they don't have their headlights on or they have a brake light out, you know, any number of different there's hundreds of traffic violations, by the way, hundreds in the state of Washington. Absolutely hundreds, some of which I don't really care about and don't have to stop for if I don't want to, and other ones are pretty egregious. So regardless, I'll flip around behind someone, and there's a couple of different factors that kind of may affect that. That I'll go over here in just a second. So we're going to let him, we're just going to empty him. So 4161 liters of barley, we're going to say we loaded it into their barn just because this is going to be easier. And I am working on a tutorial video on how to use this. So we're going to go over here. Oh, is it not going to let us? Oh, maybe we did do this. Sorry. There we go. So now we're cleared out. Crops are gone. Now we'll start moving on to the, but yeah, so there's kind of a couple of factors. So one of the factors is sometimes we're waiting for a safe location for you to pull over. Like we're waiting for where we want you to pull over so we can control the traffic stop better. Now, a lot of times when I try to pick out a spot for someone to pull over, they never pull over in that spot. They always pull over at the worst possible spot, which if you've been pulled over and you did that, no offense to you by any means. Being pulled over is a pretty stressful event for a lot of people. So no big deal. It happens. I don't expect people to pull over where I'm trying to get them to pull over sometimes. So, but regardless, so that's something I'm sometimes trying to look for, or maybe looking for, here's a better spot for them to pull over if they're not going to pull over in an opportune way. Another thing I'm going to be doing, I'm going to get on the radio and I'm going to let dispatch know, hey, I am going to conduct a traffic stop here at my location, give them my location. I'm also going to let them know the license plate of the vehicle I'm trying to stop. That way, if the vehicle runs from me or something like that, or injures me and then flees the scene, which is, I mean, that's something that doesn't happen commonly, but traffic stops are one of the most dangerous things that police officers do because there's so many unknowns. People are in their known element in their vehicle and we're entering that, which I know it's for a lot of stuff we do, but traffic stops have statistically killed quite a few police officers in the United States. Regardless, so I'm letting people know my location. So in my department, as soon as you call out on a traffic stop, there's already an officer that automatically kind of starts heading your way until you say, hey, I'm good, I don't have any issues or here or anything like that. But there's always someone kind of heading towards your area, just to make sure that you're safe. So yeah, I'll call out my traffic stop, give my location, all that stuff. So that's kind of radio stuff I'm doing. So those are the first two factors. And the second factor, or the third factor, excuse me, kind of works together with the second one, where I've had cars I followed for 5 or 6 minutes, not because I wanted to torture that poor person, but because my coworkers could not get off of the radio and I couldn't get a spare word in. I'd start to say something and then they'd be on the radio. And sometimes it's like, okay, maybe they're on something else or they're dealing with something else. But sometimes I'm like, come on, guys, get off the radio so someone else can use it. But so that happens sometimes too, where it's strictly an issue of, well, I can't get on the radio because, well, my coworkers are hogging the entire radio. So that happens sometimes too, and sometimes that's why I wait. If I see a vehicle and I'm like, I think I recognize that person as someone who may have warrants, because if you work in a smaller town, or even if you work in a big city, sometimes this happens too, then you might follow that person while you're running their plate and then having dispatch run the registered owner of the vehicle and everything like that to find out if they have any warrants or wants, or if they have a valid driver's license. You cannot stop someone because their driver's license is, they don't have a driver's license, solely on the basis of the fact that you ran them in this is Washington State only, by the way, Washington State only. This isn't how it is for most states. Washington's a whole different ballgame when it comes to police work. But anyhow, so you can't do it unless I'm able to look at their DOL photo, drive past the vehicle, and say, yes, I'm 100% sure that that person is driving the vehicle. But solely on the fact that the registered owner doesn't have a valid driver's license, I can't stop the vehicle because, you know, who knows, someone else could be driving it. However, if the registered owner does have a suspended driver's license, which is now a misdemeanor, I can stop that vehicle without seeing the RO or the registered owner. However, if I have seen who's driving the vehicle and it's, let's say it's a girl and the registered owner is a boy who has a suspended license or a male, well, I can't stop the vehicle anymore. But you kind of that kind of makes sense though too. It's like, yeah. So anyhow, that's something to note as well with that. But yep. So that's one of the things I wanted to mention. I think I'm going to mention the other one later on. It's a little bit more complicated of a subject, maybe not more complicated, but thank you, Jeffrey. See, it's a fantastic question, and I'm very excited to let you know that. In general, law enforcement shouldn't be driving behind you just to torture you, but they're trying to do their job. So, which I don't think you thought that at all either. But it's good. It's good for me to be able to kind of shed some light on some of the stuff we do, just so people, because the general population has no idea some of the stuff we do or why we do some of the stuff that we do. So I'm always excited to answer those questions that I would never even think twice about because I know how it works. But yeah. Just like if I was talking to someone about accounting, I really know nothing of it, you know? It's completely out of my realm. And stuff that they may know just naturally, I wouldn't have any idea to do with. But yeah. So yeah, very fantastic question, Jeffrey. Thank you for that. Well, looks like we're finishing up the oat harvest here, so I'll come out here with a tractor and get probably the milling machine. Of course, we're gonna use the milling machine. We're gonna use the milling machine anytime we have the chance to use the milling machine. But yeah, I have the time set back up to 5 because I got most of the stuff done. I topped the cows up with pigs are doing with TMR mostly. I mean, I can't fit another full load in there, so I just stopped there. But I'm gonna go probably around and do some cleaning of the animals. Yeah, I'll still clean the sheep probably. Just go out with a sweeper and just clean them up, which I know isn't the best way maybe to do it, but it is the fastest way and easiest way. So I will probably end up doing that. All right, let's empty out the combine. I love that I did it. Farmer Cop 7240. I love it. All right, go over to that guy, get that guy unfolded. This, though we could drive probably most of the way back with that thing on the front, once we got to the farm, it would be a little bit trickier. And I think I'm going to park this somewhere else just because where it's at, it seems to get in the way of workers on that field. So I'm not sure where I'm going to park the, well, the combine's still going to go in the same spot so we can actually fold it up. But the header, I'm going to try to figure out a new spot to park the header. Whoa. Oh, I unfolded. Oh, that's weird. I unfolded it. I wasn't selected on the combine, so I was like, what is going on there? Oh, well, you saw it there. That's some strange stuff there. Now we're selected on the combine. Now the combine should fold up, not the trailer. I didn't even know you could do that. That's hilarious. All right. Well, guys, I'll see you in a little bit. I'm just going to drive back to the farm. And I'll probably do that without you guys on camera just because it's straw. I'll let you guys know how much we get later. But, yep, that's what I got for you. All right, we're heading back. We got about almost 17,000 liters of straw, so not too bad. I went in the back where I just drove, did a little off-roading, if you will. But we're gonna need to repair this tractor and get some fuel in it. But yeah, so not too bad. I'm just gonna throw this in the silo for now because I already topped up all the straw points for the animals. So yeah, but another thing to note, I did pay us the 1,050 for those 3 fields because that was the deal, 350 a field. And then I also took out the 15,000 for Ome Koskos for his fertilizer. So just to note, that's kind of where the money has adjusted. And I didn't mention any of that, so I just wanted to bring that up so you guys are aware. We'll dump this in here. And then one thing we're gonna go do real quick is we're gonna go over to our bunker silos, and it's 5 o'clock right now. We're gonna go check and see how they're fermenting, and at least we're gonna get that chaff out of the front just because we have the setup for that. So let me get this guy set up. As we know, the milling machine does not like to, it does like to, it likes to pick up everything, so it will not like picking up silage and chaff at the same time, however. We'll just get that thrown in there. Perfect. I'm actually just going to leave this trailer, I think, right there. Let's get this guy taken care of. Alright, we'll go put this guy away. And I parked the header, if I can get to it here, right behind the shed here, just because it worked out okay. So I just figured it'd go there for now. That's fine. Fine spot for it. Now we can just back up the harvester and pick it up when we need to. Let's get this guy fueled up. He's going to take quite a bit of fuel. Oh, and I was thinking too, today isn't day 4 of our Massey trial. Today's day 3. Tomorrow's day 4, and then this is only day 1 still. Is it day 1 still, or is it day 2? No, it's got to be day 2 on the animal dealer. Maybe I am right. It's 4 and 2. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's 4 and 2. So tomorrow's 5 and 3. So day 5 with the Massey. That's our trial version. So a couple more days with it, and then we got to kind of pick. You know, are we gonna buy it or are we gonna not buy it? We're going to repair this guy. 145, perfect. And then how is this guy actually doing on? He needs some fuel. He's doing okay on repairs. So we do need to sell. How are the pigs doing? We'll wait a little bit later until they are until a little bit later until they have a little bit more pigs in there, and we'll sell the other 10 for Ome Coskos. Oh, we meant to go look at the silage and see how it's doing. I think it'd be faster for us to drive there than walk there. Take this guy over. So hopefully we can sell the silage tonight, because we're gonna get some PGA income already from the manure and slurry. But if we can sell the silage tonight, that would really help us out, I think. So let's see. 63. Well, that's definitely not happening tonight, so we can just ignore that. But yeah, so I think what I'll do is wait a little bit until it gets a little bit later, and then I will sell off 10 more pigs. And then after I get those pigs over to the shipping area where they can get shipped over to Ome, then we will call it good. And well, at least for today, but I'll probably keep you guys out for that anyway. So yeah, that's kind of my plan for the rest of the night. I'll bring you guys back in the morning. All right, good morning, folks. So first off, I sold 10 more pigs, and we're already up a little bit from that, so that's fine. We got another sheep overnight, and 2 hours we get another one. Sweet. And cows are doing great. Pigs great. I cleaned up all their pens last night, so that's why they're doing okay there. Horses are doing good, but so yeah, yeah, we'll see what we can get done today. We'll go take a look at the crops and stuff and take a look how they're growing. I don't think they're ready to harvest yet. Well, the grass is getting close, but not quite. What is? What in the world? Better go take a look and see what that is. Oh man. Oh wow. Looks like someone came out here and burned them last night. That's pretty crazy. I better call Chief and ask him to send out a arson investigator. So I don't know what's going on here with the crops, but it looks like someone, oh, looks like they drove in and out too. All right, well, yeah, we better just let this sit, as it's kind of a crime scene now, and call them in. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and call Chief real quick and get Chief out here and get an arson investigator out here, hopefully with Chief too. So I'll see you guys in a bit when they show up. Well, Chief's on his way. He said he's able to go pick up the arson investigator, and they'll come out and take a look. So, oh boy, I'm getting tired of all these fires we're having. Hopefully we're able to figure out who the heck is doing it. I mean, it could even be a different person, but that's crazy. Well, I need them to get the scene cleared up so that way we can harvest today, because that would really suck if we couldn't do that. So, but yeah, we'll kind of see. Chief should be here any second now, but oof, strange things occurring. Yep, here he's coming now. So I'll let him know what's going on and see if he can't. Well, I mean, I can't investigate it since it happened over here, but I might be able to, if it's related to the other one, I might be able to help out a little bit more, but just conflict of interest. I shouldn't be investigating a crime where I'm the victim of. So sweet. All right, well, I'll talk to Chief. We'll get this figured out, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, folks, so I started working on the silage. Chief just finished up and left with the fire investigator. It's ready to harvest now, so they got the evidence they needed. It sounds like they were to get some tire print or some tire track impressions out of the field, so hopefully that comes as something. But again, if it's just a super common brand and no one or everyone in town has it, then there's not really a whole lot they can do. But they'll kind of figure that out, and thankfully we live in a smaller town, so hopefully maybe it's someone from here. If not, I don't know, you just kind of got to play it by ear. But I'm gonna get this going down to the BGA, and I think I'm gonna use auto drive to do this. Hire a worker to take it down there. Perfect. So I think there's 200,000 liters total in there, so that's 45,000 liters going now. And we'll grab the combine and get our harvest going. That'll save here. The grass isn't going to be ready yet, but we should be able to harvest all the soy. So hopefully we get a lot. I know we're not going to get as much as we could with that going on, but otherwise we're doing good. Yeah, let's get the combine good to go here. Don't have to worry about straw at all either, taking that off the field. So As soon as the combine clears the field, we'll get it ready to go. I think we're going to plant corn this time around. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. Maybe not in all the fields, though. So what I've kind of decided with the pigs, if we go in here, so I think I'm going to let this category run out. Once that one's empty, I'm going to let it stay out. This one's kind of important. That's a main one. So maybe I'll do maybe I'll do all corn, actually. Maybe I probably will do that. And we'll probably load it all into here. And then once this stuff just kind of runs out, we're just going to kind of stop. Maybe we'll do more barley and corn just because we have a lot of sugar beets, but that's kind of the goal. And then that way we don't have to buy any more pig food. So they won't be as effective, but we'll still be getting a pig every 3 hours, essentially, versus every 2 hours. So, I mean, it won't affect our productivity that much, and it'll save us a lot of money. So that'll be kind of an expense we don't have to deal with anymore. And I think I mentioned this, we got 100 or not 100 something. We got 42,000 from the BGA and 600 in loan interest. I don't remember if I mentioned that or not in the last segment, but that is what it was anyhow. All right, let's get this guy harvesting here. So we have that contract done for Ome Coscos, those pigs. So we have other places to take the pigs. I guess there's a farmer out there we haven't gone and taken a look at yet. Oh, I didn't hire a worker. I just turned it on. Why isn't he going? There we go. So I might go take a look at that. Probably not this episode, but maybe next one to go take a look and see how that farmer's doing out there. But there is some interesting new developments in town. And I did get a call from the mayor. He has a job for us. So he wants us to go. They have, I guess, a new park, and they're trying to make it kind of like a conservationist kind of area as well. It's just a small one. So he wants us to go out there and plant a bunch of trees. So he said ideally we get at least 20 trees in there. If more, that'd be great. He said he'll cover the cost of any saplings we need to buy. And then he said he'll pay us $5,000 just to go out and plant those. So yeah, I'm very excited about that. That'll be cool to go do that, and to have something like that in the town. I guess they're trying to make up for all the lost trees that we've cut down in addition to the ones that they've cut down. Maybe less the ones we cut down, but all the ones the city has cut down has been pretty significant. They've cut down quite a few to build what they've got going out there. So the mayor said that people kind of wanted to make something like that, and they voted on that. And that's what they're going to end up putting in. So boy, that big field looks great. I cannot wait. But anyhow, so we are going to go out and take a look at that. And another thing I was thinking about, it probably won't happen in this episode, but I think the chicken coop would fit perfectly right here. If we go and take a look at animal pens, and I think we're going to do the large one. We're going to go hardcore. Well, this isn't where I want to be. Where is our farm? Here it is. So taking a look, I think the way we would do it is like right like this, which I know that kind of makes it a little clustered around the pig place there, but we're eventually going to get rid of those pigs anyway. So I think this would be a good spot, maybe even over a little bit more. That would give us enough room to do that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think that's where we're going to build it. We're not going to build it yet. It's only 40 grand, 400 chickens. We'll probably put like 300 in there and then sell the top 100 off as we get them. So that's part of it, is getting the eggs in addition to getting, and we'll buy those egg pellets too that I showed you in the store. And that's in addition to just getting the eggs, but it's also getting, what am I trying to say? The chickens, since we can now transport them, since they reproduce very quickly. Oh, potatoes are done. We are getting quite a few potatoes here, which is pretty cool. So, yep. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,000 liters of potatoes right here. Actually, no, let's do them in rows of 6, maybe. Doesn't really matter that much, but each one of these bags is 500 liters, so there we go. I wonder if this thing, I don't think it's paid itself off quite yet, but it's doing pretty good. How are we doing on milk? Milk's sitting at 10,000 liters. That is awesome. We may end up buying some more cows. Maybe not this episode, but we do want to end up buying some more at some point. I shut this baby down. This is open from the fertilizer delivery. There we go. A little bit of landscaping issues here, but just ignore it. You guys know I struggle with the landscaping tool at times, or most of the time. Oh boy. Anyhow, I think I'm gonna hook up. Well, yeah, because planting wise, we're gonna end up using the small seeder, so I'll use this guy as a cart tractor to cart around the soybeans as he fills up. Which, where is our, oh, it's right, he's got stuff in it out here, so we need to probably empty this guy out real quick. And so essentially in this episode we're probably going to finish out going taking a look at getting the trees put in, and we're also going to go out there and take a look at some new stuff that's in town, and that's probably where we're going to finish out. Hopefully it ends up covering a lot of today gets done, and we want to get that corn planted ASAP, so we can, again, we'll be harvesting pretty early on tomorrow, which will be episode 40. So I'm actually going to put this just right. I just don't want it to get picked up by, yeah, there's not very, I mean, there's not a whole lot in it anyway, so just don't want to get picked up by the milling machine over there. So he's not even 80% yet. He's not going to be able to get that last row though without problems, so I have to go help him out with that. I'm surprised he's able to go over that center part that was all messed up that easily, but yeah, so I'll keep getting that done. So I'm going to sell silage, get harvest done, and yeah, I mean, that's really it. Do we need to worry about pigs yet? No, not yet. Yeah, that's about all we're going to get done. So I'll work on getting that stuff done, and then getting the fields prepped for the next round of harvest and whatnot. I think I'm going to grab the International and use that to plant with. But yeah, there you have it, guys. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Yeah, just a quick update. So those two fields are harvested. We didn't get a whole lot. We didn't even get a full combine off those two fields, but of course it's soy. But look at those trees. They're growing. I mean, they're not near being ready yet, but they're growing. They're making progress. So just wanted to give you guys an update on that. They grew overnight, which is pretty awesome. So the combine was empty when I started this field, so we're almost, I mean, 5,000 liters here. I mean, I know the combine tank is also huge compared to what we used to run with the New Holland. So the New Holland only holds 5,600 liters, so it'd be getting ready to get full here. But yep, it still just feels like it's not very much, just because it's, you know, but I mean, we haven't even gotten the biggest field yet, so we're still doing good. I did notice we are probably going to have to, well, I guess lime some of the fields because that one doesn't need it, but and I remember that since we're doing corn, well, we do have to plow first, or we have to cultivate, I guess, at a minimum. So he's just plowing just because we don't have a cultivator. This is what we use. So I got him doing this, and then I'll have him go through all the other fields, and then we'll get to planting. I might use, I don't want to use a spraying tractor for it, but well, I have a second load of silage going out. Maybe once that vehicle's done, we'll use him for planting, but all is going well. I pushed 2 more pallets of wool out of the way, so we're already starting to gain more wool back, which is awesome. So anyhow, just a quick little update for you guys. All right, and this field is done. I just went over and parked the combine, and I think our tractor just finished up plowing that far field over there, so we just have this one left. But we got full combine and then a couple thousand liters off of that field, so we got a lot off that field. We got more off of that field than we did the other, I think, 3 fields combined, just about. Well, maybe not quite that much, but we got a lot off that field. All right, let's go take a look here. Once we get this unloaded, we'll see kind of where we're sitting. I think I have one more load of what is it, silage? Jeez, silage to get up to the BGA. So after we get that hauled, the silage will be taken care of. All right, let's take a look here. And we have plenty. We're not going to take any of it for ourselves because we have plenty for the time being, so I'm not too worried about that. Look at soy, 47,000 liters. So is there anyone with a good price? Oof, when they top out, we're selling it. We are selling it when they top out, because that is a good price right there. So we're gonna wait for that. And once that tops out, we are gonna sell that so we can get that cash today. That is just a phenomenal price. I think I'm gonna take actually the farmer cop guy here and get him planting. Yeah, because here he comes. He just made another delivery up there. Let me get him planting corn. Ooh, oh, whoops. Sorry, Kyle, don't watch. Farmer Cop Supply. We're not beating up your tractor that you gave us some trial hours on, or whatever the case may be. Perfect, it's already set to corn. All right, let's get this guy hired up here. This will take a while to plant all this, so. And we'll have to do some lime as well, which I want to do that first. Now let's get it growing. Awesome, and that should be adding a fertilizer state. Yes, it is. Okay, perfect. And then we'll probably throw some digestate over the top of it. So yeah, these 3 fields, well, these 2 fields are going to need lime, and this one needs some lime, half of it. So yeah, But otherwise, yep, everything's going well. So I just wanted to give you guys again just another quick update about what's going on the farm. We're going to go take a look in town and see kind of what we have going on there in a little bit. And then, oh, we do need to go plant trees though. Maybe we'll go do that here in a second. So yeah, I'll get ready to do that, and then I'll bring you guys back, back in after I get a couple things done and we get ready to plant trees. That way, while they're out here working on this, we can get those trees taken care of and get that $5 grand from that. So yeah, and if you remember correctly, we have a pallet of trees already on the tree planter from when we planted our trees down over there, which now you can actually, all right, it's kind of hard with him turning, but now you can actually see them off in the distance, which is cool. So, all right, guys, I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, it is tree planting time, so we're going to head out and take a look at that. Actually, let's just give you a quick update on the fields. I might as well. This one's almost done being planted with corn. This one has been planted with corn. This one's almost done being plowed. This one has been plowed. And I was thinking about it, since we're going to do chickens, I think I'm actually going to plant this field down here with barley, but still do corn in the big one and these two here. So I think I'm going to do this one with barley, so we have it for the chickens. Worst case scenario, we can just chuck it into the pigs. And actually, even further than that, so if we go into here, look at this. They finally processed the 4 pigs we gave them. So 28,000 more liters each one. So they gave us a total of 17,000 liters of each category, which I don't know how they're getting that beef out of the pigs, but they are, I guess. 17,000 liters out of each category per pig. So I think what we're going to have, I'm going to have Kyle do, and I'm going to talk to him about this, is maybe have him make the productivity a 20th, so 5% of what it is now, so that way each, and then hopefully speed it up a little bit. Not too much, but just a little bit, so it doesn't take like 3 days to process 4 pigs. But I'm going to have him try to speed it up maybe, and then also do a 20th, so that means we get 850 for each one, which is much more reasonable, because then we're actually, yeah, okay, we're waiting and we're getting a better product out and stuff like that. So I'm going to say that's what we're going to get for each pig is 850 out of each. So I'll go calculate exactly how much that is and everything. And maybe we'll end up doing that at the end of this episode. But you're still working. Yeah, okay, perfect. But yeah, so, oh man, that's funny. That is so much out of 4 flipping pigs. That is ridiculous. Oh gosh. I thought there was a way to, I know there's a way because I've done it before, but I have no idea how to do it. How to adjust, if you know how to adjust the distance between each tree. I mean, I think it's set to where I kind of want it anyways right now, but yeah, it is kind of just, it is what it is. You know, my phrase, it is what it is. All right, so we'll plant these 20 trees and see how they kind of fit in the conservation district up here. Helper H has completed their task. I better go fix that actually real quick. And I'll show you that in a second. Helper H is going to be you. Did you plant the whole field? Nice. Right on. Yeah, so we'll go get you working on the next field here. I closed the cover on that. Hey, you're probably going to need more seeds by the end of this next field, or before you finish this next field, but that's okay. I already reloaded it once because it was almost out when I finished the first field there, but doing okay. Oh, of course that happened, and it didn't plow that area. Oh, that's frustrating. Okay, let's fix that real quick. You're up over here, of course. Well, oh, that is frustrating. You know what? We just won't do corn there. That's my laziness coming out. We're just gonna ignore it and pretend like it never happened. So if I get you down, I think right about here, just to make sure you're looking down the field, you're gonna plant everything. You get this small strip and then hopefully get the rest of it. So, okay, that should be fine. That's good to go. Oh, that's frustrating. Back into here. Okay. So we'll go take a look at the job, and then I am kind of hungry, and there is a new restaurant in town that we'll go take a look at. And I do want to go take a look at that, and it actually sounds really good in real life right at the moment right now because I'm very hungry right now. I think I'm going to make a good breakfast, though. And this isn't a breakfast restaurant. We're going to go see. Gosh, I love that. Every time I notice a new detail that I missed before, I love it. But here it is. So it's nothing much yet. Little parking lot, little park. But they kind of have a walking path they want us to work around. But they want trees kind of planted in all the free space. So we're going to come out and do that. And again, they're paying us pretty well to do it. So we'll drop that off. And this was a subscriber contract idea by, oh gosh, I have to go look at who it was now. This is one I got a while ago, but I'm now actually doing. So Will Robson. So thank you for that. Fantastic idea for a subscriber contract. I love it. Let's go take a look at the meat that's sitting over here. I'll probably end up getting rid of these sell points if Kyle can fix it, because I just put them down to sell the meat at. Look at that, it's so much. That is so much. Like, that's, oh my goodness. That's crazy. But anyhow, still no updates over there. It looks like they're still working on building it. They haven't gotten too much. It looks like they're still digging back further, so we'll kind of see what that ends up being. But I have no idea. I haven't heard anything from the city. The city has to approve it, obviously, but they don't necessarily tell the police what they're approving, and where they're building what and what have you. But anyhow, ooh, stop sign. Ooh, we ran that a little bit. That's okay. As long as my coworkers didn't see me run it, it's fine. It is fine. Ooh, there's some equipment over here on the right side. New housing coming soon. Okay. Copper Springs County, new housing coming soon. Well, looks like they got a bit of a housing development going on here. Interesting, they're putting it there, but of course, I mean, they're building across the street from the fire department and the police department, so that's definitely not a bad thing there. Taco Bell is going to get a renovation at some point. They're working on that, so ignore that. But so the first thing I added, guys, is this right here. Hopefully you're okay with this. This is obviously some significant landscaping, but I think I made it turn out quite well. So this is just a little, it's like a little baseball diamond here, a little baseball field. So got a nice big parking lot. But again, yeah, that's a cliff. And we'll look at the top here in a second. Thank you to Kyle for getting this put together. So you have the dugouts. Ooh, it's having issues running that in. The stands. I made little paths up to the stands, so that's good. They got a ramp in here, so it's handicap accessible. Come in here and sit down in here, but yes, this is fantastic. And stairs down the other side over here. But I also added, just because these were still in their little farmer market stands, just because I thought this is perfect. You know, they're selling little merchandise and whatnot to do whatever. So I thought those were perfect to put in there. But yeah, here you guys have it. Here is one of the things. I spent a lot of time getting this put in, so hopefully you guys like it. If you don't, let me know. I'm happy to take it out. But I think the thing that people may not like is how landscaped. Like, this is no longer a hill going up the hill there. It's a cliff. And the reason for that is it really is hard to build and kind of customize stuff on hills. It really is. It's very hard to build stuff in that kind of setting. But we'll head up here. We're not going to get Taco Bell this time. There's another restaurant up top. Oh, new housing there too, and there, I guess. Okay, well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's kind of obvious they're going to build houses there, so this is a steep hill. I could not put fences on this side, which I know is very dangerous, so we'll just have to pretend. But I did get some up top here, which is perfect. But here is the new restaurant up here, a little KFC. It's fantastic. There's a drive-through, but the entrance is around. It's a little backwards, but this looks like the front entrance of it here. So drive-through. Go through here. We'll grab some food real quick. KFC does sound really fantastic. Oh, thank God we can drive right through that. We definitely don't meet the clearance. Ooh, it's lagging. There we go. Okay, that's sorry. I don't know why I did that. I was scared it was gonna crash for a second. We're having our debacle, but at least I've been saving the video kind of every so often. But look at that. Oh man, I want fried chicken really bad. I like boneless fried chicken, so I know some of you are like, oh, that's ridiculous, but I just prefer it. Let's just take the work out of it. I'm too lazy for having chicken any other way, so just kind of, this is how I like it. All right, well, we're gonna stop at the stop sign. That's what the first thing we're gonna do, because I think we ran the one at the top of the hill there too, if there was one. Can't remember if there was or not. So we'll see kind of how this goes. I tried to make the landscaping look as good as possible. And I know it's not necessarily the most ideal, but at least it's not, you know, I don't know. Hopefully you guys have positive opinions of it, not negative ones. But let's go ahead and plant some trees. Just looking at my recording time, I don't think we are going to end up... Did I drive? No, I'm driving the right way still. I don't think we're going to end up selling the soybeans today, which is fine. But we will end up getting the trees done planted here. So let's go get some trees planted. I think that's what we'll wrap up doing, is probably getting these trees done. Yeah, and then we'll kind of pick up from here in the next episode and kind of see where everything goes. So, yeah. While we're planting trees, I'll mention the other thing I wanted to talk about police-wise, the other question I got. So, someone asked kind of like how it's structured with like city, like just the different levels of police from federal to state level and everything like that. Very good question, because the law enforcement in the United States, the structure of it is a little bit complex. Nice, I like it. We're working. So it is a little bit complex. Yeah, see, I wish they'd plan them maybe a little closer together, but that's okay. We'll make it work. So there's state level law enforcement, and then there's kind of federal level. So on the state level, in general, and this is different, some areas have different names for different different levels and stuff like that, and everything else, but this is in general what a lot of states have set up. Ooh, I want to back up maybe a little bit. There we go. So in general, they'll have like city police, which is in charge or in control of cities and handles calls and responds to things that occur within the city. And then they'll also have then the next level up would kind of be like county, and again, they're all kind of, oh, do I not have access to this land? Oh jeez. All right, well, let's do this. Of course that happened. Yes. Okay. All right, now we can keep going now that we have access to the land. But so yeah, then there's the county level, and the county takes care of, you know, law enforcement in the county. And essentially the way that kind of the city police and county work together is the county is responsible for everything within their county, which, yes, the cities are always in counties, not like they're separate little areas. But the other thing to note about that, I want a tree like in here. Come on. Okay, fine, that'll work. But the other thing to note is, oh, we don't want to plant a tree maybe right there on the parking lot, so we'll lift up. The other thing to note is that, like, as a city officer, I work for a city, so we'll handle all calls within the city that I work in, and then the county units will still come in and they can do stuff like traffic stops and stuff, and they'll do different stuff in the city. But if there's a call in the city, they're not going to handle it unless we ask them to. A matter of fact, they're not supposed to unless we ask them to, since we have jurisdiction there. But the county kind of covers all, like, there's a lot of little towns where I'm at, so those ones aren't big enough where they have their own police department. So we're gonna end up planting a lot of trees here, actually. So those get covered by the county. The county will respond to calls there, and anywhere that's not like inside of a city, like at farms and stuff, would all be in that same area, to kind of, you know, just to kind of understand that. And then the next level up would be like the state police, which in general, the state police are like state troopers, state patrol, or highway patrol. That's like California has the California Highway Patrol, which is essentially their state police. And Washington, we have the Washington State Patrol. So they're state patrolmen. What the state police do in general is, so they have lots of specialty and other stuff, but in general, there's obviously more to this, but their main purpose is to handle like traffic enforcement on highways and interstates, which interstates are very, very large highways that connect multiple states, together. So, oh geez, I don't know what I had there, a burp or something, but anyhow, so they'll do mostly traffic enforcement. They'll handle collisions and stuff. Now, if there is a call that happens on the highway, the state patrol can handle that, but in general, they're not handling a lot of other incidents and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's how the state police, we'll talk about feds here in a second. Let's get what we need here. That's pallets. Yes. And this is where the city said to buy them from, just because they have an agreement here. So we get reimbursed for any trees we buy. They said that's part of the deal, so we don't have to pay for the trees. Actually, we need to get reimbursed for our trees, and they said that's kind of the rate they're going to reimburse us at there. So we'll get reimbursed for, which I think we actually got a better deal than our trees, so we'll end up making a little profit, which is just fine. All right, reload here. Perfect. So we'll go plant these 20, and that should be good to go. But yeah, then federal level, there's different federal agencies, and they're all federal agents, or, you know, federal police, or whatever the case may be. And then there's also federal local police, kind of. So like tribal police for like Native American tribes. Those have their own police departments, which have completely different rules, regulations, and whatnot. But they're technically federal police, even though they only have jurisdiction inside their tribe and under tribal people that are part of their tribe. So they only have jurisdiction over people that are part of their tribe, it's just a very complex situation, as you can imagine. But yeah, so federal, there's like the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation. There's the DEA, which is the Drug Enforcement Agency. There's ATF, which is alcohol, tobacco, firearms. The IRS has their own. That's the Internal Revenue System. That's basically like tax collectors, if you will, to people who aren't from the U.S. or don't understand how the U.S. is structured. They have their own federal agents that deal with like tax crimes and stuff like that. But yeah, so, you know, it is what it is. But Yeah, guys, so I'm going to finish this up. I think I'm just going to put, you know, I'll just kind of spread them randomly and whatnot. So we'll get them until I get these out here. I don't think I'm going to grab any more. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to end up grabbing any more. Perfect. I wanted the tree right there. But I think this is where we're going to wrap up this episode. So I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. This one might be a touch longer than a normal one, but I know you guys won't mind that too much. So yeah, if you did, drop a like down below. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button up on your screen to join the channel. Turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos that I may post. Yeah, in addition to that, drop any comments for anything you want to see added to the town, any names for things, anything like that. Anything you want to see happen in the future, anything you have suggestions for me on. But yeah, this has been Farmer Cop, guys. Thank you, and thank you for watching.